Today, I'm gonna do an unboxing. I just wanna get in there and just get her done, you know what I'm saying? Just kidding, it's a new camera bag. Wow. We're gonna need a bigger boat. I mean, do you see this? Maybe I should count them. Ain't nobody got time for that? Maybe I should open up an Etsy shop. What am I gonna do? Oh, I don't even know how to start this video. That string of bananas though. Maybe I should get a monkey. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. All right guys, so today I'm gonna be doing a little unboxing of some items I bought from Amazon, and I'll make sure I link all of the stuff that I purchased below for you to check out. I decided on not repotting all of these plants. And I am so happy that you guys wrote comments into me, messaged me about not doing that. You know, some of you guys were like, hey, Nicole, you know, I really think that it's not very wise that you repot in the fall. Duh. Why didn't I think of that? And then some of you guys were just like, Nicole, like, don't be dumb. So I'm gonna take your advice, and I am not gonna repot all of these plants. I don't know how many are here, but I'll put it up on the screen for you because I'm gonna go count as soon as I'm done with this video. After putting it in perspective for myself, I've realized that, hi, my name is Nicole and I have a plant addiction. I've realized that I don't have the time to repot all of these plants. Not only is it a bad idea because spring is the time that you're supposed to repot plants. I should know this. I also don't want to spend the money on all that soil. Like, I was like, maybe I'll do a giveaway, but I literally love all of these plants. So I don't even know where I would begin and like what I would give away. I might still do a giveaway, so stay tuned for that. And just a little tidbit, what's gonna follow this video is an updated fall 2019 houseplant tour, because once I get all these plants inside, I'm really curious as to where I'm gonna put them all. I will be doing a houseplant tour for you guys so you can see where I place them after bringing them in from outside and how many plants I've exactly accumulated from my last houseplant tour. I did get a lot of these plants for free during doing plant swaps, guys. So it's not like I spent a small fortune on them, although it can happen. That is possible. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm not exactly sure what I'm gonna do yet. I literally just walked around my yard this morning, put every plant that I have out here that needs to come inside on the table behind me, which I'm gonna show you a close-up of in a couple of seconds. But yeah, I just wanted to jump on here real quick and film this to kind of show you how many plants I need to bring in and talk about what my plan is now and what I'm gonna do after getting all of your awesome comments that were so kind. I appreciate it. Let's check out this collection. So for starters, all of these plants, everyone I lifted up, just about everyone I lifted up, had like 1 or 2 centipedes living underneath it. That got me thinking, shoot, there's drainage holes in the bottoms of these. And if they were underneath the plant, they might be inside the plant. Likely they're inside the plant. I don't like bugs, if you haven't known that or figured that out about me yet by watching my other videos. I'm not a fan. I've also had to pick cicada shells off of a lot of the planters, and that wasn't fun. Cobwebs, not necessarily spider mites, but just regular old spiders, just, you know, building a house right inside my plant. So I do have some things I'm going to be talking about that's not only a preventative measure of bugs forming inside once I get them inside the house, but killing off the ones that may be in them right now. And I'm sure there's bugs in there right now. But let's look at these plants, shall we? All right, so quick little tour here of the plants that are coming inside. We have my burro's tail. We have a, what are you? Arrowhead of some sort. We have this, you're a succulent. Don't know what kind. Echeveria maybe? I don't know. Someone correct me. There's my cactus gardens here, which this one back here, I don't know if you could see, like, grew an extra little person back there. One of them, I think it's an aloe of some sort, died, so I'll have to do some cleaning up. But for the most part, these look really good. They grew pretty big. Then we have my Adansonii back here, which I literally had to pull off the fence. Let me show you this. Here is one that just couldn't make it because the roots literally grew on the fence. Can you guys see that? The aerial roots just gripped on for dear life, and they're like, yeah, we ain't going nowhere. You can't move us. You can't evict us. But anyway, that's the only one we lost, so that's okay. Back here is a rat tail cactus. There's my Monstera deliciosa, which grew a new leaf while it was out here this summer. Polka dot plant, desert rose right there. This is some type of a fuzzy Echeveria of some sort. Maybe it's not even an Echeveria. I don't know, but that's really pretty. Some more cacti coming in, red torch. This is a teddy bear vine. This is this a lithop? Can never remember the name of this. Some more succulent varieties, sedum. Oh, what are you? What is your name? I can't remember the name of this cactus, but I got it from Pam, and I can't remember. Darn it. This is a Peperomia travelindii. Oh, God. I might be butchering that name. Echeveria back there. I think she's a hen and chicks. This is a Madagascar palm. And then we got a little cactus here. Another rat tail cactus that got gigantic. Can't remember the name of this cactus, but it's pretty dang cool. Haworthia. What are you? Guys, I'm bad at names. You already know. Just look at the plants and just enjoy them. There's another cactus there. My succulent garden, if you guys remember that video, that's grown like crazy. Look at this bloom. It's kind of cool. We have purple heart that's literally growing out of the pot. Let me try to show you this really quick without damaging it. Look at this. The roots grew onto the saucer. Isn't that insane? And then I can't flip the camera, so I'm not going to try to do that. But just take my word for it. They're growing out of the dang pot, which is nuts. My jade, another cactus here. What are you? What are you? That's what that is. Can't pronounce that to save my life. That's what that is. Then we have this, which shoot, I've seen it in Garden Answer video, and I forgot what it was already. And then we have my zebra plant. We have a philodendron pincushion. This is a Peperomia Cupid, I believe. Peperomia Hope down here. This is a Peperomia Gravelans. Yeah, I believe this is a Gravelans. Look at this bloom on this succulent here. Look at it. Boom! It's like the ones I see at Home Depot all the time but never want to buy because I'm afraid I'm going to kill them. And I grew one. Look at that. This is my Zamia, which is the sister plant of the ZZ, or brother plant, whichever gender you want to go. Look at my string of bananas here, guys. Let's just look at that for 1 minute. It's just... Please don't die. Please don't die. Up here we have an aloe with a ton of little berbers. My string of pearls, guys. I neglected it all summer and it grew. Yay. Super cute. It's probably going to die. I don't know. This is my Schefflera that is also growing roots straight out the bottom of the pot. This is my Alocasia dwarf Alocasia purpley that I got a few months ago. This that I got from my sister-in-law. See that red and like green foliage on there? And now it's actually blooming. Look at that. Isn't that crazy? We have my banana tree back there. Then we have a kalanchoe, which is ridiculously huge. Then we have my croton, money tree, peperomia parallel back there. And then underneath back there, way in the back, see it back there? That is my oxalis. Guys, I don't even know. Like, I don't even know. Can we just take a moment? I mean, this is totally Instagram worthy. I'm going to have to take some pictures and post this on Instagram for the world to see. But can you tell me where I'm putting these plants? I don't know. So let's talk about that. So my plan is to, over the next few weeks, slowly, gradually start bringing these plants inside. While most of the plants, aside from the cacti, were in kind of shadier locations, but still had indirect sunlight all day long, pretty much. You don't want to just bring them in and just put them in a window and expect that they're going to think, you know, oh, hey, I'm still outside. No, they're going to know the difference because the light is going to be completely different. So my plan is not to stick them all under grow lights. I only have one grow light. I'm not a gigantic, huge fan of the color that it puts out. It's like this neon purple color. So if anything, I might set that up in the basement so I can run it all day long. And it doesn't like affect my eyes or anything. It works great, but it just is just not the aesthetic I'm going for in my house. But we have a laundry room, so I might set that up downstairs and maybe put a couple cacti under it because I know that they're probably going to be the ones that may suffer the most from being brought inside because they've been out in the hot heat sun all summer long. So, but you just want to gradually bring them in, you know, even if it's for like half the day and then bring them back outside. So I'm probably going to do that over the next couple of weeks. And I'm not going to bring you along during that process because, I mean, it's self-explanatory, right? I mean, I don't have to make a video about that. I'm just going to bring them in, bring them out, bring them in, bring them out. It's going to be annoying, but I'm going to do it. And just hope that that is, you know, good enough for them to acclimate to inside. Now, we keep our house right now anywhere between 70 and 72. At night, it might get a little bit cooler, but for the most part, we keep our thermostat set at those temperatures. So come winter, we don't really know. We might set the heat around 69 or 70. So it does tend to be obviously a little bit cooler in our house during the winter months, as with anybody. We're not a crank it up all the way with the heat type of people. I like to be comfortable. I don't really like the heat, so we keep it on the cooler side. The humidity is anywhere from, in the summertime, it's usually anywhere from like 50 to 60% inside. That's what our thermostat says anyway. I don't know how much I believe it. I don't have any humidifiers going currently inside the house. Might have to invest in one. I have one that's on my wish list. I'll link it below so you guys can look at it and you can, you know, drool over it with me. It's expensive, but I've seen videos on it from numerous YouTubers and it just seems like a great humidifier. Levoit, I might be saying that wrong, but I'll link it below. But I might get one of those this winter and really test it out because it looks like it does wonders for your tropical plants. In the wintertime, our humidity, last winter, we got a new thermostat system in. It's like a smart thermostat as opposed to a stupid one, I guess. I don't know. It's a newer one, so it says the percentage on there. And last winter, I recall it dropping to about 45%, and I was like, oh, yeah. My tropical plants are not going to like me very much if I don't get some humidity in this house. So I might do that, but you know, that's a budget issue. I have plans to do that, to bring them in and out until they get acclimated. And I think I'll just do it for about a week. I mean, that should suffice. Honestly, I don't have any more time to do it more than a week because I'm leaving for Arizona next Tuesday. Hey, how many of you plants want to come with me to Arizona? Mom, I could fill a suitcase with these bad boys. Just kidding. She'd kill me. I only have about a week because then by the time I get back, I'm worried that the night temperatures are going to fall too low for the plants to really do okay inside. Like, I don't want to shock them. So let's talk a little bit about what I'm going to be using, and let's get into this Amazon unboxing. Okay, guys, the sun's coming out, so I might be a little squinty. Bear with me. All right, so let's get started with what I'm going to do. I purchased a new pair of snippers, I like to call them. This is Fiskars all steel pruners. Again, these will all be linked below if you're interested. If you're not, you can get these anywhere, Home Depot, whatever. I think these were like maybe $10. I don't know. I needed a new pair. Mine were all rusty. I know there's ways to clean them. I just don't have time. So I'm going to be trimming up all of my plants. I'm taking out all the dead leaves. I'm looking for pests. I'm inspecting. I'm checking the underside of the pot. If it is time to repot, I'm going to repot, because even though it's going to be fall, if the roots are growing out of the bottom of your pot, your plant is going to bust out of your pot. And it's better to repot than to not repot in that scenario. Okay, moving on. So that's what I'm going to be doing with my pruners. Next, I am going to be using, can you see that? Diatomaceous earth. What is diatomaceous earth, you say? I don't know. Y'all told me to get this stuff, so I did. What this stuff does is, I'm gonna have to move my camera. I'm in full sun right now. Hold on. Okay, that sun was killing me. Like, it was in my eyeballs. All right, so diatomaceous earth, what does it do? Allegedly, from what I read, and I'm not an expert, I've never used it, I don't really know if this is 100% accurate, but everything I've been told states that what it does is it kills the bugs, and how it kills them is they crawl over this powder-like substance, which you're supposed to sprinkle over your plant, the top of your soil, and they, what was that? Oh, God. And it tears apart their exoskeletons. That's what bugs have, right? Talk about a brutal way to go. But I don't want you in my house. So now there were some actually really sweet comments that were like, just embrace the nature, and like, what are you gonna get? Like a spider or a centipede in your house? Like, spiders are beneficial and they eat other bugs, and I know, I wish I was you. I wish I could agree with that. I don't want them in my house. So we're gonna use it. Okay, we're gonna do that. We're gonna sprinkle that over the top of the soil. I actually had an idea of like scooping the top layer of soil off, because I'm just, in my head, I'm thinking maybe that's where most of the bugs are. That's where fungus gnats live. So maybe you just scrape the top layer off, put a little layer of that on top, and then I'm also going to put a thin layer, like maybe like half an inch layer of sandbox sand on the top of that. Now, I do sandbox sand on all my plants inside. It is the only thing that stops fungus gnats that I have experienced. I have tried mosquito bits, which do work for the most part, but you have to be like, you have to do it like frequently. You have to keep, and then the mosquito bits, like, they get all moldy if they just sit on top of your soil, and I'm not a fan of that. So I like to use Playbox sand, and I'll insert a picture of it here so you guys can see, because I don't have it with me because I unboxed it already. And it's in a bucket, and it's heavy as all hell because it's like a 25-pound box or something like that. But I'll leave a link below, and I'll insert a picture of it here. It's white sandbox sand. It's so pretty on like my succulents, pretty much on all my plants. I just love the way it looks. Now, after a while, the sand will start to turn like a brownish color. It's something about like what happens when the air hits it. It's this kind of the same concept as the perlite. When perlite is mixed in with your soil medium, it kind of tends to float up to the top after a while. And as you water it and as it sits there and the air circulates with it or whatever it does, it starts to turn brown and it doesn't look that cute. So what do I do after, a couple of months, which I just did this the other day, after I think about maybe 4 months or so, I kind of just scraped the top little bit of sand off and I just reapplied another layer. Sand is so fine. It's like all you need is a little bit on there and a little goes a long way. So that's what my plan is to do with the diatomaceous earth and the sand. Now, what I'm going to do before I do that is, over the next week, I am going to be using this insecticidal soap. Now, this is it says for organic gardening. Again, whatever that means. Garden safe, kills bugs through contact. It says it controls aphids, mealybugs, mites, leaf hoppers, scale insects, thrips, whiteflies, and other listed pests. You can use it on vegetables, fruit trees, ornamentals, shrubs, flowers, and gardens. So if you could apply it to your veggies and you can eat the stuff, I mean, it's got to be safe, right? We would hope so. Anyway, let's see. What's the active ingredient in this? Potassium salts of fatty acids. Okay. I have 2 bottles of these. They'll be linked below. And I am going to spray the crap out of my plants with this foliage, soil, pot, everything. Everything's getting sprayed. Not a leaf will go unturned. That's what I'm going to do before I do the diatomaceous earth and the sand, because once you want the sand layer, if you're going to do sand, to be the last thing you do. Even like wait until after you water your plant, wait till it dry, like the top inch dries out, because you want to be able to lay the sand on top of the soil and it not clump up or get wet, because then it's just not going to look good either. So that's my plan. Now, a fellow YouTuber, Pam from Pammy's Planty Things, I mentioned her tons of times on my channel. Her and I were actually on the phone yesterday and we were talking about like how she brought her plants in. And she had mentioned something about a technique where you take a little bit of Dawn dish soap and you put it in a bucket of water and you submerge the entire plant into the bucket of water. And the only thing that floats to the top, I mean, you'll lose a little bit of soil, but the main thing that floats to the top are the insects. That is so cool. I might try that with a few of my plants. I don't know yet. I'm going to see how this technique goes, but I thought that was another great idea. If you guys are interested in that, I'm sure you can look it up on YouTube. Reach out to Pam, ask her, if that worked and her experience with that. But I just thought that was another great idea. That was like a natural way to go and pretty inexpensive. Can you get out of my frame over there? There's a bug on my camera. Like, nature's against me today. I am going to start today and see how this goes. Now, my thought process is, because it's going to take a little while with the transitioning of the plants, obviously, I'm spraying the plants down with the insecticidal soap. Is that how you say it? Yeah, that's how you say it. And then I'm using the diatomaceous earth, and then I'm putting the sand down. After I do that and I leave them all on my table, I should be okay with bringing them in and out during, to transition them. I know you're probably thinking, well, if your plants are still outside, bugs are going to get in them. But with all of these additives, hopefully it'll keep the bugs away. I mean, you're supposed to be able to use the insecticidal soap in your garden and it keeps bugs away, and your garden's planted in the ground for the most part, right? So I'm hoping that this works. If it doesn't, and I get a critter or two in the house, All right, guys, that is all for this video. I wanted it to be much quicker than it turned out to be, but that's okay. You know, we got a nice look at all these plants that are coming inside, so I'm sure everybody appreciated that. There's one plant I didn't mention. It's my fiddle leaf fig. It's in the front of my house, and I keep forgetting about it because I put it in this, it's in a pot, and I put it in this planter with some sedum, because it's like a really shady spot in front, and I'm like, yeah, this is where you need to be because I don't want it to die. And I keep forgetting to include that in this process. But anyways, guys, that's it. Thank you so much for joining me in this video of part 2 of my plans to bring my plants indoors for the winter. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you have something nice to say, leave it in the comment section below, and I'll see you in my next one.